Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of our From the Coach's Desk series. And today, what I'm going to talk about is 2 lessons that you can learn as a business owner from the Walmart salespeople that I encountered the other day. So take a listen, sit back, grab a cup of coffee, and let's jump into this. So the other day, I encountered, I'm sure we all have encountered the individual at Walmart or maybe even Target where they're trying to sell you something, right? They're trying to sell you cable, or they're trying to sell you something with on your electric bill, or they're trying to sign you up for your tax bill, right? So this person that I encountered the other day happened, I'm assuming, something about the electric bill. And the question that they asked was, are you responsible for an electric bill? So here's the first problem, or the first issue that we can learn from this situation. Everybody's immediate reaction to that is they know they're about to get sold to. They know that this person is going to try to sell them something. So I watched about 80% of the people say, no, I'm not responsible for that. Now, in reality, do you really think 80% of the people that are going into Walmart do not have a responsibility for an electric bill? We all pretty much do, unless you're in college or, you're lucky enough to find a rent or a lease where they pay for that. But the vast majority do not. So the first one is in the messaging. It's in the question. And a lot of us as business owners have this issue when it comes down to our own business. So what question are you asking when you're trying to sell your service? In this particular case, think about his question. The question of, are you responsible for an electric bill? It immediately invokes a defense mechanism from us as customers. I'm going to make up a few numbers here. So let's say his solution to our electric bill problems, as everything is rising now, is that they can save you on average $300 to $400 a month on your electric bill. And whatever the number may be. But if you in turn flip the question to, could you use an additional $300 to $400 a month? And somebody walking by, you're not going to get 80% of the people to say no, because in today's economy, $300 to $400 a month is huge. And once they say yes, okay, you've gotten the first yes. And then you say, all I need is 5 minutes of your time, and I will show you how we can save this on your electric bill. Can I borrow 5 minutes of your time? Majority of people from there are still going to say yes, because again, they just think of an electric bill and they already feel like their electric bill is too high. So now you've gotten the second yes. You have now opened up engaged that conversation with them about your solution. So if we go back to the initial question, and 80% of the people that I encountered and watched said no, that means you're automatically out. You don't get to even start to begin to pitch your solution to their issue. So the other 20%, now, once they say, yes, I do, and now you get to the, well, would you like to save $300 to $400? You've probably are going to encounter another 50% of those. So you're talking 10 people out of 100. And then maybe 2 of those are going to be closed. So you have to go through 100 people to get 2 yeses to your potential solution to sign up for your savings in terms of this electronic program. But start thinking about this in terms of your solution as a business owner. And this leads me to the second point that I wanted to bring up, is that you have to get used to people telling you no. And we'll come back to this in a second, because I'm going to wrap up the first point here first. But let's flip the script, right? Let's say we go with that second question of, you are automatically approach, and you start pitching your solution, or you start hinting at your solution in the question. And you ask them, would you be interested in saving $300 to $400? Or could you use $300 to $400 more in your monthly pocket? And instead of 80% no's, let's even just be conservative and cut that in half, right? So now you get 40% no's, which means out of 100, you still have 60 people that have answered, absolutely, I'd want $300 to $400. So now you get to ask the question, well, if you have an electric bill, give me 5 to 10 minutes and I'll show you how to make that savings. And from there, let's say out of those 60, now let's say you get 50%. that say, yes, I'll give you 5 to 10 minutes. They're not in a rush, right? They give you their information to contact them. So once you get those people on the phone, so you've now got 30 people that are actually fully invested in what you have to offer. Even if you close a minuscule 10% of those people, you've now closed one additional person. So you're at 3. But the chances of closing 10% means you're not a very good closer. Even at 50%, a 50% close rate is still low when it comes to close rate. But now you've closed 15 new clients just by changing your messaging and your question, because you were able to start pitching the idea and hinting at the idea of what your offer was in your question. So that's the number one. So think about how you're currently approaching customers, how you're currently approaching other business owners with your offer, and what is that question? So let's get into number 2. And number 2 is a lot simpler than the messaging question, right? And as I hinted, you have to, as a business owner, be comfortable with hearing no. If no is uncomfortable to you, you have to push yourself past that comfortability, because there are so many people who aren't even interested at this time because they aren't aware, they aren't educated on what you're offering, that they're always going to tell you no, no matter what. And as a business owner, you have to believe in your service, your offering, your product so much that when somebody tells you no, it's not your loss for them not buying from you. It's their loss for not wanting to get the education and to purchase from you or to work with you, because you know the value that you can bring to them. And with that, you just focus on the very next person and you just keep pushing forward, just one at a time. You're not going to get 100 no's at the same moment, right? But you may be in a streak where you've heard no 15, 20, 30 times, especially if you're a service business and you're doing proposals. Or if you're a coach like myself, right? Not every individual that we talk to may be ready for our service. So you just go on to the next person because you know the value that you bring. You know the quality of your product or your service. And so by believing in yourself and knowing that it's their loss and not your loss, you now can continue to move forward and push past the no's that you receive, because they're not saying anything about you. They're just not as educated as they need to be about your product to make the decision. Plus, not everybody needs your exact product. So you just continue to move to the next customer or the next client. So those were the 2 lessons, right, that I learned from just encountering this Walmart salesperson that I'm sure we all have encountered at a Walmart or a Target or any other, big department store that, in your area. So one is messaging. Think about how you're asking the question to your potential customer, potential client, business partner, etc. How are you asking the question, and is there a way that you can ask it better? And the second part of this lesson is that you have to get comfortable with hearing no. You have to be comfortable with receiving rejection. And right now, if you're not comfortable with that, you have to push even harder because you have to get to that comfortability. So I hope everybody enjoyed this message. If you know somebody in your network that could use this message today, you're a business owner and maybe you've heard them talk about their messaging, or you've heard them talk about all the no's that they've been receiving, please share this video with them. Let's get this video out. I'm looking to grow this channel. Obviously, I'm a small business coach who I'm helping small business owners reach that next level of success. I'm really following my passion to do that. Is business owners need all the help and support that they can get. So here we are. Dave Warden, Triumph Coaching Group. If you know anything, please like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell so when we post all these videos, you get notified when they go up. So I hope everybody has a wonderful and fantastic day. And we'll see you in the next one.